Hey everybody. Okay. Hey everybody, it's me Marquita. I was just coming here. It's still the 5th. It's now 9:20 a.m. Anyways, on January the 5th. I was watching MSNBC. I think that's what that was. I really haven't been watching that channel since Mika and Joe went down to Mar-a-Lago, licked the boot, kissed the ring. Anyways, after years, multiple years of Trump, and still current, let me not say that that was in the past. Multiple years and up to current time, Trump has accused Joe Scarborough of killing his assistant. The family of said assistant said that she had an underlying heart condition that her or her family did not know about. And she ended up passing out, hitting her head on the desk, and passing away. And Joe was out of town that weekend, and she came into the office. That's his assistant, that is, came into the office that weekend. So she was there after hours. I'm not saying it was her fault. I'm just saying why nobody was there. Why possibly no services got rendered. Because I don't know if there was a cleaning, like a janitor that could, but if she's just there to run in, get something on the weekend, and her undiagnosed heart condition flares up, if you don't know that you got it, you can't do anything about it. That's all I'm saying. It makes me think of a it makes me think of a YouTube family. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not gonna say their name. Because I'm not saying, like, nobody did anything wrong in either situation. That, but okay, let me just bring it back. Let me take that YouTube family out. I'm saying that a family member in that family, undiagnosed heart condition, young man passed away. They now know about that heart condition, but it took him passing away for everybody to get tested. And now they know. They don't take away that they are down one family member. That if we knew, we would have. Anyhow, that's what I mean. I'm not going to say that because I literally still tear up. And I wasn't even watching that family. And literally, my very first day, my very first time watching that family, it was either the day that they came back from the break or the day that that gentleman died. I was new to YouTube, and I started watching YouTube in July, recovering from my double brain surgery. I started watching that family November the 1st. And that's either the day that that young man passed, or that's the day that they came back from the break after his passing. I only brought them up just to say, I don't know if Joe Scarborough, I don't know if his assistant had that same heart condition. That was my only reason for bringing them up. But I'm not bringing them up to be political. I'm just bringing it up to say, if you don't know, you don't know. If there's not no signs, you don't know the test for it. That's all that I'm saying. But it was multiple years. Like I said, up to current day, that Trump is saying that he killed his assistant. The family of the assistant saying, nope, Joe did nothing wrong. Nobody did anything wrong. We didn't know. She, the victim. I don't know if victim is the right word. The person, the decedent. I don't know if, like, I don't think she knew about her heart condition. Anyhow, I only say that to say, why would you go down and lick the boots and kiss the ring of somebody that for the over the multiple years, the past, I know, 9 years, because it was when he ran the first time, his whole presidency, Joe Biden's whole presidency, the beginning of this presidency, this individual, he is speaking ill on your name. And you go down and you kiss the ring and you lick the boots. Shame. Shame on you, Joe. Now, Mika, baby girl, you're not immune. Bring your ass over here. If I may take that from DC Young Fly. You let this man, and I don't know your daddy. I don't know if what that man said about your daddy, if it's true, if it's false. But if somebody is telling me that my daddy was a killer, a hired killer for different countries, if he is basically a traitor, that's basically like if you boil everything down, he's saying that your daddy is a traitor and he is a hired killer, and that he was involved in some very high crimes, not misdemeanors, felonies. Only say that, and if say that is true, and you don't know nothing about it, because I know that I only know 10% about my mom and daddy. 10% of their 100% life. So I'm not saying, oh, that he's right, and you know about it, or you don't know about it. Okay. He didn't say you did it. He said your daddy did it. Some pretty serious things. But anyhow, I went on the whole rant, and that ain't even what I was coming here to make. I was saying why I wasn't watching Mika and Joe on I was saying why I wasn't watching MSNBC anymore, and I stopped watching it when Mika and Joe came back from Mar-a-Lago, and then try to make me seem like, oh, I'm in the wrong for questioning you. I'm not even side-eyeing you. I'm looking directly at you with my head bent. My proud family, mama or neck rolling. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm not even hiding that. I'm looking at you like, what the fuck? I thought, I thought that when you said that he was a danger to the country, I thought you meant what you said. I didn't know that, oh, he's now in power. I understand. Look, protect your money. Protect your money. If you have to kiss the ring, lick the boots to keep your living, okay. But don't get mad at anybody when we're now treating you different. Or what you think that you could go and dine with Hitler and then come back to the concentration camps with the rest of us. I'm sorry. I know that was a bad analogy. I'm just saying. That's the first thing that popped in my head. You can't go sit with somebody that is bad for all of us. You go rubbing elbows with them, kikiing with them, and then you leave that place and then come back and let us know, oh yeah, we ate chicken. Okay, well, look around. We're all eating grass. We're all on Snowpiercer train. We eating smashed up bugs bars. But you just came back from eating the chicken, the actual eggs, which are genetic anyhow. You went to the rich train carts when we all over here in this one train car basically eating what they give us, which is bars of nutrition bars, and we find out that it is ground up bugs mixed with, I think they said, like sap, possibly some of our dead people. But we don't know because we over here poor, and you was not necessarily in this exact cart. You was in the other cart where y'all got a little bit better food. But I'm over here. Let me speak for me. I'm over here in this cart where we're eating the ground up bugs that's held together with sap, tree sap. Well, trees didn't exist because they were on the train, I think, for over like 40 or something years. Anyways, my point of it is, Mika, we're all on the Snowpiercer on the Snowpiercer train. But you went over there and you ate chicken and then came back to us that was eating the bugs. And then try to tell us, oh yeah, it's not that bad. You know, he let me have chicken. Well, bitch, we didn't eat chicken. And when you was over here with us eating what we could get, starving with us, yeah, I know you weren't completely hungry. But my point of it is, we all was being treated bad. We all was being treated bad. Even the people that was in the rich cars, the ones that could eat the chicken. Okay, well, we found out all them chicken was genetically all that. So yeah, they were healthier than us, but they're still sick because that chick is not real. That chicken was made in the lab. So yeah, they're dying with us, but not as quick as us. And yeah, you wasn't dying as quick as us poor people, but you knew that we were all dying, and you were speaking up for the ones that couldn't speak as loud as you, because we don't have a stage. We don't have a stage necessarily. That's my rant with you, Mika, with you, Joe. Now, let me, and probably nobody would listen past this point. Okay, or probably nobody's not ever going to hear this, but I'm putting it out there. The reason I'm making this video, like I said, I was watching MSNBC. Today's January the 5th. I don't know when this was. I think it might have been Friday. Today is Sunday. And the U.S. Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Island representative stood up after all the votes happened. And what she said is what I've been saying. What I've been saying. She stood up and she asked, why did the U.S. Virgin Islands, the Marian Islands, Puerto Rico, Guam, I'm missing one more. Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, the Marian Islands. There's one more. I do apologize. But all of our territories. Why did they not get to vote? That's 4 million people. 4 million people. That is a U.S. territory. That when they pay taxes, when anything happens in the United States, they are included. But they can't vote. D.C., Washington, D.C., our state capital. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in 22 just got the right to vote. Our state capital. And I don't even know if that got taken away. I know that maybe it wasn't that they couldn't vote. I think they didn't have anybody to represent them in the House, in the Senate. It might be that. Like, let me not say false information. My point of me saying that is, let's say that it was, because it might have been we didn't have a representative for Washington, D.C., our state capital, or our country capital, D.C., District of Columbia, the capital of the United States, did not have anybody to represent us. We had a representative from Tennessee. I'm going to say that. We got a representative from California. We got a representative from Alaska. I think we got one from Hawaii. Let me not lie, because I don't know for sure. But out of our 50 states, and I know that they don't have statehood. I don't think that they have their statehood. Because I don't think that they're considered Maryland, because they're in the Potomac, which is off, anyhow. My point of it is, we didn't have a representative for the capital of the United States, D.C. What, baby? Am I being too loud? I'm sorry, Ori. I'm sorry. Am I being too loud, baby? Hi. You just look so weak. You look so weak. Can I? My love. Look, blanket. You want your blanket? Baby. Are you getting enough food? This looks so skinny. I've been looking at stuff. The vet said that it should just run through, but I want you to be able to eat. Okay, I guess I was being too loud. Guess I was being too loud, because now she's sitting by the door. Are you getting too warm? I only had it this warm because... I'm sorry. I could turn it back down, because I know the baby's little bodies make you... Okay. How about I do that? Okay? I don't have the remote because some little girl named Savannah lost it. Let me turn it down if you're cold. If you're too warm. Okay. Because I had it up. Okay. I moved it back down. Okay? Just come back in the bed when you cool off, okay? Okay. Hello, best friend. Hello, buddy. He's asleep. If you're cold, go lay near the heater. I don't think you're cold. I just think you're relaxed. My little fat boy. My little fat boy. Sorry. So my main point is why don't the U.S. Virgin Islands get to have a vote? They're getting taxed. I told you when I went down to Grand Turks and Caicos, when I went down to St. Thomas, well, let me say, when I went to St. Thomas, they didn't say anything, but it was written in their attitude. When I went to Grand Turks and Caicos, they were nice. I didn't feel anything there. When I went to, I didn't really interact with anybody in Puerto Rico. So I can't see how that was. When I went to, well, okay, I did have a bad experience in St. Thomas. Because literally, yeah, I did. I forgot, because they said that's what it was. It was, I don't carry cash. I don't here at home on land. I don't carry cash. So I went down there. I had my debit card. I don't carry cash. And I went to buy something, and that kiosk, the man at the kiosk and a woman at the kiosk, I was like, I want to buy this. They said, okay. It was like $1, US dollar. And I said, oh, do you got a card machine? Because I don't carry cash. The man said, no, we don't have a card machine. That woman looked at me in my face and said, who goes on vacation and don't carry cash? I said, I go on vacation and I don't carry cash. So then the man's like, I think this store has a card machine. So he walks me into the store. I stand in line to pay for the 2 things that I was buying. Then When it was my turn, that woman in that store walks me back out to the original kiosk, swipes my card, and say, "Thank you, come again." Well, she didn't say thank you, come again, but she's like, "Thank you. Hopefully you enjoy your souvenirs." And I literally looked at that woman as I was paying and walked away. She said nothing, I said nothing. But yeah, that was my experience with St. Thomas. And I literally bought, at that time, I bought a hat and a shirt combo. And then I was buying like a little a shot glass. And at that kiosk was that little shot glass, which was like $1. I think that's what I bought. Cause I bought like little maracas too, but that was in Puerto Rico. But the little shot glass, and I don't drink. I literally was buying it. Nope, nope. You know what? I didn't buy that little shot glass. I was going to. I bought. It was like a little. It looked like a flip flop. That's what it said. And on the flip flop, it says St. Thomas. You know, like refrigerator magnet. But it looked like a flip flop, and it says St. Thomas. That's what I bought, and I bought that for my sister Shandy and Angel. I bought that for them. But my point of it is, that literally was just $2. Yeah, I could have had $2, but I never traveled. I don't carry cash at home, so why am I gonna carry cash on vacation? I don't know these things. I didn't have cash. I still don't have cash right now. If I have money in my banking account, then I have money. But other than that, I don't have money. But that's just because if I have money, somebody could steal it from me. I know the bank, same thing. I know the bank, same thing. I know that money is no safer than physically having it. But I don't. I don't carry cash because it has been taken multiple times from me. So, I say this. I stand with that woman from St. Oh, I was getting to when I went to Bahamas. I went to Freeport, Bahamas. And literally over there, the taxi man, or the man that was driving the taxi, which their taxi was a van, but you know, anyways, it was $9 a trip at that time. That was very expensive, or it was no, because it was, in order to get it, because we went on a tour, so it was like $9 a person a tour. So that was like $18, which I mean nowadays is probably way more than that. But this man that was driving this taxi, and it was other people, we were all doing a tour, and this man said to us with no hesitation in his throat, "Oh yeah, we don't like Americans here. We hate the people on the in the states." Somebody, and it was this couple from I should say Tennessee. It was this couple from Texas, and they were like, "Well, why do you hate us? Like we don't hate you." He goes, "Because y'all don't accept us." And we were like I'm not saying anything. And they were, and so one of the women was like, "What you mean we don't accept you? Like we love the Bahamas. We come, we vacation." That particular group been there multiple times. He goes, "Coming here and vacationing, staying, leaving, that don't mean that you accept us. That just means that you are coming down, getting the fun. You only see the good side, but you don't see us. You don't see all of us. You only see the fun part of us. And then he said, and the second reason I hate America, the reason why we in Bahamas hate America, is he pointed at the gas station. And we were all confused. And the man was, because it was like a group, it was like, I think 2 men, 2 women. So one of the men in that group was like, okay, the gas station. He goes, yeah, that's why we hate. And everybody was still confused. And he goes, just look at it. And so we're looking. He goes, every day that we get up, we don't know how much gas is. And we were like, huh? He goes, they don't put up the gas price because we don't know what George Bush is gonna charge us every day. And at that time, we're like, George Bush? Because I think it might have been Obama might have been president. And we were like, he's not our president anymore. He goes, yeah, but he owns our gas. Like, he might not be the president, but he owns our gas. So whatever Bush decides to charge us for gas, that's how much gas. And that day, and this was back in 2012, maybe. I'm not for sure. Because it might have been 2012, because it was before the girls were born. But, yeah. I think gas here in the United States might have been, let me say in Tennessee, might have been like $3 to something that day. And I'm only saying that day because he told us. He's like, this is my job. I literally drive all day because he's a taxi. He does the tours all day. So he has to get gas multiple times a day. He's like, when I woke up, I filled up my car, up his van. And he goes, it was $9 a gallon. He goes, before I came to pick y'all up to do this tour, it was then $13 a gallon. It went up for no reason. There wasn't nothing happening in the Gulf. So that's what he said bluntly to our face. Now, me being skittish, I'm a little scared because I'm like, the only way I can get off this island is by boat or by flying. The boat ain't coming for another week. And I'm afraid of heights. Literally, that was what went in my head. I can't drive. I can't get no bus. I couldn't. The only way I can leave where I was by boat or by plane. That's why I said, I wouldn't have said anything either, because I'm not ballsy. Like, I know y'all like, well, you're very ballsy on video. Yeah, I am. And if it was ever said in public, I would say what I needed to say. But I am not one of these people that just start something. Like, if it is brought to me, I do voice my opinion. And I'm voicing my opinion on what I see. But I'm not saying it to said person. And it's not that I'm not saying it to said person because I'm afraid. It's like, I'm not a trouble starter. I only say this as my opinion. It could Take it or leave it. I'm saying it. Nobody has to listen to what I say. So, when that man said that, what am I supposed to say? XYZ. Because I don't live there. He's right. We went down there as a vacation for fun. He lives down there. So, who am I to tell him that he's wrong? I don't live there. That's that man's house or that man's island. Not his island Pacific, but I'm saying he lives there. I don't. So I don't have anything to say. At that time, George Bush wasn't over our gas. I don't know who's over our gas. Well, I mean, I'm in Tennessee, so maybe Haslam. Maybe he's with Bush. My point of it is, we can go to the gas station. We can see, oh, gas is this price. We could choose to get gas or not. They don't know how much their gas is that day because it's not put up. They don't know how much their gas is until they start pumping it. And it says how much it is a gallon. Because there's no signs up because it changes so rapid. That morning it was $9. By the afternoon, by our tour, it was already $13. He didn't know if it was going to go up or down that day. Yeah, I'm not saying nothing. I have no dog in that fight. But I say that I stand with that woman from the U.S. Virgin Islands, an independent, which I don't understand because they got their independent from Britain because they used to be the British Virgin Islands, and then they became independent. But I think I don't understand how they're the U because like they're not like we don't own them, like they're a territory, like they had their own independence, but they're also with the United States at the same time, my understanding. I don't know. My point of it is the Marian Islands, Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and I really cannot remember that other one. They are our territories. We need to take care of our territories. That's what we need to do. I mean, yeah, we got Alaska from Russia, but it's connected to Canada. Or it's not connected to it. I think 3 months out of the year. Well, I might be wrong because I was gonna say I think there's still like a little place that you have to go to Canada, and then there's like a spot either 3 months out of the year you can drive from like Canada and then across and then into Alaska without flying. I like let me not bring out my stupidity, but I was thinking that's what it was. I know that when a certain part of um the ocean freeze, you can't drive from Alaska to Russia because it's frozen, so you can drive, you know, to Russia from the United States because Alaska is considered the United States, you know, because we got Alaska from Russia. Yeah. We need to take care of our territories. But that's, of course, me speaking from a non-territory place. I know I'm speaking from privilege. I know that I am. I can't tell Guam. I can't tell U.S. Virgin Islands. I can't tell um, the Marian Islands. I can't tell Puerto Rico. I can't tell them how to feel because I don't live there. I can't tell the border states how to feel because I'm not a border state. I can tell how I feel in a red state. I want equality for all. For all, not for some. For all. I'm not of any Latin, Spanish descent, but I still want them to have rights. I'm not Muslim, but I still want them to have rights. I am a female. I want me, but even if I wasn't, I would still want female reproductive rights. My whole point is when I say that I'm for everybody, I'm not in the LGBTQIA community. Hopefully I got them all in. I'm so sorry if I didn't. But I mean everybody in that community. I think I might be A because I think I might be asexual. But or it could just be I just don't like people. I don't want to be touched. I don't need to be touched. I don't want to be around people. I don't need to be around people. That's what I mean by possibly that. But I'm not deeming myself that because I'm not trying to be a part of any community if I'm not. Like, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, I'm African. I don't know if I'm African. I never did a genealogy test. I never did a test saying where I am 100% from. What if I'm Black Samoan? And I'm thinking, oh, I'm African because I'm Black. But I'm Black because I'm Samoan. I'm Black because I'm, Black Asian. How do I know? I don't know. I could say Black because of what I look like on the outside. And I can assume, because I'm an ass, so I can assume that I am of African descent. Like I said, my great grandmother was a slave that had my grandmother on said plantation, that had my grandmother in the state, that her mother and probably father, and I don't know how far that goes back, that her family, my family, was enslaved in. And my grandmama, or my granny, had my mama in said state that her grandmother, her mother, she was born in, enslaved in, or anyway, that we were born in. Or my mama had me and my sister in said state, in said county, that her mother and her grandmother was born in. My kids was born in the state, but not the county that we all was born in. That's what I'm saying. But after even all that, I still can't say if I am of African descent, what tribe? I don't know. So I can't say that I'm African because I'm not just gonna say I'm African because I'm black. That's not what I'm gonna say. Because if somebody asks me what tribe was my ancestors from, I can tell you nothing. I can tell you no tribe because I have no idea. So I'm not gonna say that I am African because I can't say what part of Africa, where in Africa that my family is from. So I could say that I'm black. I could say that I am American. I could say that I am from this state, this county. So if somebody tell me you Tennessean or blah 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 blah, I can then stand up and say I Tennessean am not like that. I'm not racist against anybody. Anybody. Not one person. And when I was 20, 23, I used to say I'm prejudiced against pregnant people. But I'm not. I am envious. I was envious. Before my girls were born. My girls were born when I was almost 30. I wasn't prejudiced. I did not like them. But it wasn't because I just didn't like pregnant people. It's because I wanted to be a pregnant person. But I never treated a pregnant person wrong, evil. I was always wanting to make sure that they had everything that they needed, that they wanted. So I know now at 41 that no, I wasn't prejudiced against a pregnant person. I wasn't prejudiced against pregnant people. I was envious. I've never been pregnant, not one time. And I'm not, I think I was talking about this in my other video. Because if I don't have any kids, if I don't give birth to a baby, and I probably never will, and it's not because I never wanted a baby. That's all that I wanted. That's all that I wanted. I already had everything mapped out. I'm going to get married at 18, one kid at 18, 3 at 21, 6 by 25. That literally was my goal. And then my kids, my two babies, were born 6 months before I turned 30. But not from me. From my sister. That is 45 today. My two babies is her last two babies. Savannah is her last. Savannah is her sixth baby. So she is literally the youngest of my sister's kids. But she's my little baby. Hannah is my little baby. Anyhow, I think that the U.S. territories should have the right to vote. Because anything that gets voted in Congress, in the House, the Senate, I think that I might be saying one of the branch twice. I do apologize. whatever happens, whatever gets voted in our branches of government affects them, but they don't have a vote to they don't have a vote to say what happens to them. It just happens to them. And that's not right. That literally was my whole reason making this video. Because whatever the states, the places, which I think it's only states, and the only reason why I say places because I think DC might got the right, and I might be wrong. They might just got a representative. All that I'm saying is, when things get voted on, our territories, our U.S. territories, have no say in what happens because they don't have a vote in the House, in the Senate, in the wherever. They don't have a vote, so they don't have a say. And I think that they should have a vote and they should have a say what happens to them. I totally 1000% agree with the representative from the U.S. Virgin Islands when she stood up. And then that man said, like, it's because y'all don't have the right to vote. Yes, but why? Okay, we don't have the right to vote, but we have to do what y'all say. Come on now. This needs to change. It needs to change, and it needs to change, and it needs to change. Like I said, I'm not on them islands. I'm not. But I want them to have the right to get to say what happens to them. Let me bring it back to 45, now 47. When he was like, that shithole country was of our territories. Okay? Well, let them vote to clean up. Oh, remember when that man said we have a floating island of trash and it's called Puerto Rico? How dare you? How dare you? Have you ever been there? That island is beautiful. I've been to San Juan. Yes, I could have only been to the good part, because every part has a bad part. Like when, these YouTubers that I watch that comes over to the United States is like, oh, it's so beautiful and da-da-da. And I'm like, when you came and did a vacation, you went to Disney World. Yeah, I don't live in Florida, so I really don't have. Let me speak about Tennessee. Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg is beautiful. I don't live in any of them counties. I don't live there. I live in the state, but I don't live in Sevierville. I don't live in Pigeon Forge. I don't live in Gatlinburg. And if you go to them, they are beautiful. But I do know I have been in some of the neighborhoods that's in Sevierville. And you wouldn't even know that you were in the same spot, in the same place. I have been to a couple of neighborhoods in Pigeon Forge. I have been in Gatlinburg. I was about to lie. No, but Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, I have been to some of them neighborhoods, and you wouldn't even know it's the same place because it's not a tourist spot. That's where real people live. That's like when and I might get this wrong, but just let me have it. I don't mean to get it wrong. When the Olympics went over to Japan, and it might not have been Japan, um, Korea, might not have been there either. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to get it wrong on purpose. But when they went over to the when the Olympics, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, that wall!" Because it was a big old wall built, and it was like beautiful murals, and it was crispy white, clean, and it was just beautiful. And nobody was allowed behind. No tourists, nobody in the Olympics. You weren't allowed to go behind that wall. Why weren't you allowed to go behind that wall? It's because that's where they had everybody, that they took their house, tore their house down to build that wall, to build that nice, shiny, pristine, clean road. No litter in sight. And so when they took them people's houses, neighborhoods, they tore down the houses and told people, this is now where y'all live. Behind the wall. You go behind that wall, and it is a totally different story. People starving back there, kids hungry, broken, blah, 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 whatever. You might see the big shiny full belly man. He's the first ghost of Christmas past. And oh, he's shiny, oh, he's fat, oh, he's jolly. But you look up under his skirt. You look up under his skirt, and there's two starving. Like Scrooge said, feed them kids. Why you not feed them? And then what did that man say? What did the first ghost say? Is there not no whorehouses for that woman to work in? Or bathhouses, sorry, my bad. Is there not no bathhouses for her to work in? Is there not no mills, no factories for him to work in? Oh, yeah, you said that. Oh, you're worried about them kids starving? You're worried about that little, you're worried about these people? Oh, well, there's factories. There's bathhouses, aka whorehouses, brothels, for that person to go sell their body. Oh, you got a STD? Oh well, at least you got money. Enough money just to not even last you a full meal. I'm only going off of the memoir of the Geisha Girl. Love that movie. Love that movie. Where, well, I'm not even gonna get into it because it's gonna make you mad. That's another rant. Ori, are you back, baby? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to speak them words in front of the baby's ears. They're just now opening, and they didn't need me to say that. I do apologize. You're right. You're the mama. You're the mama, and I shouldn't speak like that. You're right. You're right. She ain't paying me no mind. She's like, I don't know what you're saying. But I'm apologizing because I should not have said them words. I should have censored myself, Ori. I'm sorry. My point of it is, I'm for everybody. Always equality. You come in my neighborhood. I live near downtown Knoxville, but I don't live in downtown Knoxville. So I live near it, but I don't, like, if you see where I live compared to just probably about 10-15 minutes away, it looks totally different. I literally can go a spot where I live and watch the fireworks when UT football scores. I can hear the band sometimes. I can hear the crowd sometimes from my house, but I don't live on campus. And where I live is off the beaten path. So yeah, the campus is beautiful. I love the campus. I love the campus, but I don't live on the campus.